Congratulations, James.
Cheers, thank you.
Big win tonight over the world champion and world #1. How do you assess the performance?
Lapsy daisy, very lucky. But I disagree with what Wayne Mardle said. Apparently it was all my luck and nothing to do with ability. So yeah, I was just really happy, you know. And me and Luke knew we had a battle on, to be fair. And stabbed my finger on my dog. Bit of blood there, you know. But yeah. It is what it is, and move onwards. You know, I think I was unlucky against what's his name? Mickey Mansell. Yeah. I believe I was probably the better player in that game, and he got a touch of luck. So it is what it is. Still in, luckily, and yeah, I think most of my frustration goes towards Mickey Mansell. You know, and not personal. But you know, it was his slow approach to the dartboard and his slow walking back and all that stuff. You know, I felt we'd dealt with that in the late 90s and the early 2000s. But you know, they're still about, and not many of them left, though, thank God.
I know we spoke to you a little bit about this before. You're obviously close with Luke. Is it difficult playing someone you're so close with, especially as now he's obviously out of the tournament?
Not out of the tournament yet, I don't think.
Yeah, Luke is.
Oh, is he?
Eliminated.
So yeah, the factual information of Luke is he's the best player in the world, and he's a shiny hope for people and fans around the world. You know, I don't think he can. You know, I don't know what if I don't know if he's got any. Because we always gone about like, oh, people winning and losing games. I believe he's got a little bit of personal things or something going on outside of this game, because it just hasn't been himself. Or is he? I don't know, you know. But it feels like it wasn't quite the Luke, but it wasn't quite me, was it? No. So you know, I had 103 last night. I probably had about 73 tonight. So yeah, it's kind of to win, you know, but. You know, I was quite fortunate, you know, and I've got a few more legs than he did.
Thank you, James. Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
As we've spoken before, you've had a resurgent, James, for quite a while. Is this another sign that you're going in the right direction?
I think it's a bit lapsy-daisy, Phil, there.
But it was an important win.
Lapsy-daisy of reporting. I've been doing all right for 6 months, so I'll always be honest with you. And you always call me. Well, when anything important happens, to be fair, you're the one man that calls me and like reports to me and says like, what's this about, what's that about. So yeah, I think it's a little bit more than a resurgence. I think it's I'm not going to say resurrection, but yeah, I think I'm doing very well at the moment. Tonight, no, and last night, Mickey Mansell, you know, I didn't do enough, but you know, I haven't been to as many quarterfinals since 2012, so I think I'm doing all right, right? What do you reckon?
Absolutely.
Yes? No? Yes? No? No? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Right, let's get that in writing.
But you must be happy with that you're, you know, grinding out performances that maybe a year ago you might not have been able to.
I'm grinding the performances out, you know, but I mean tonight was proper poor, and last night, although I averaged 103, 104, I should have beat him. You know, I shouldn't be down to my last game to see what's going to happen or decide what's going to happen. So, a little bit disappointed, but I'm like really happy with tonight because. Luke played really poor, so you know, not happy. I got out the right side of the bed this morning, you know, and he didn't, and that's all it is, you know. I'm still like sceptical if Luke's got some things that are going on at home. I'm not even just saying that to like get clickbait or anything. I don't know. I think something's not quite right with him for him to perform like he did against me there. But then again, if I'd have performed like I did tonight. Then that would have been a question, would it?
Thank you.
James, you talk about Luke there. I mean, he's had so much success, and we know that can be draining. You've had so much success over such a long period of time. Could you give any advice to Luke on if he is struggling to sort of manage the schedule or the pressure, and how to cope with that?
He doesn't need that, you know. His management learnt from me, I think. Joseph Tane, which is probably commercially the best management in the game, and I believe that their learning curve started from me. But no, he doesn't need any of those lessons. You know, he's world champion. You know, he's won more titles. He's been the best world champion we've had for as I said before, Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gogh. So you know, it's a silly conversation to have. I think he is like literally the third best world champion we've had at the moment. As good as Gary Anderson is, as good as a few of the others were. You know, we've always craved, and Eric Bristol always said, we want a world champion that wins tournaments after the world championships, and this is the first one that's done it. So yeah, it's good.
You just spoke about your form the past 6 months. It has been good.
Yeah, it's all right.
How close are you to the best version of James Wade, do you feel?
It's nothing to do about the best James Wade. It's about putting players that are so-called good players under a little bit of pressure.
And do you feel like you're doing it?
No more complicated than that.
And do you feel like you're doing that at the moment?
Doing all right. Playing average darts, and I've been to more quarterfinals than ever dart player apart from Luke Humphrey. So
It's not
you
bad.
make your mind up from that, you know. But I'm never ever going to set the world in fireworks and stuff. But I mean, I would just wish some of you would just like stand back and go, do you know what? He's got to more quarterfinals than anyone else other than Luke Humphreys.
I think a lot of us do rate you quite highly in the sport.
Well, you do or you don't. That's my answer, and I appreciate your time and your coverage. And yeah, I can do all this with playing quite average, so I bet you'll get behind me and I might play a little bit better.
James, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Don't
as well.
giggle.